We're back at Happy Valley on Wednesday night for an 8-race pro. And of course, we had the bonus race last week with 9, just but the 8 going round on this occasion. Very warm welcome to Racing to Win. I'm Andrew Jean, joined in the studio here by our form analyst Paul Alley and race caller Brett Davis as well. Brett, no feature races as such, but plenty of interest. Paul, get to this around the jackpots heading to the program.
Yeah, there's a massive jackpot, isn't there? And Paul will highlight that shortly. But yes, back to the Valley, 8 races. The rail will go back to the true position as well. So the A course will be in use there on Wednesday night. And we kick off with a 2,200 metre Class 5. So that'll whet your appetite for sure.
It certainly will. And yeah, nice little jackpot, Paul, in the TT.
Yeah, a nice little one already. $10.1 million to start with. So we're going to get up to about $18 million for a single winning $10 unit. So looks like it's going to be a really good one. There's some quite even races, and they're tricky, as they always are, the TT races. So you have to sort of scrape out a couple of bankers there to cut your money down on. Well, you go.
Well, that's the key, isn't it? Working out where to go short and where to go wide.
Yep.
And that's the hardest part about the Valley, as we know, and racing in general sometimes.
Yep.
It is. Right, races 4, 5 and 6 for the TT legs. Before all of that, though, let's look back on the weekend action at Shartin. Of course, it was a dirt programme. All races on the all-weather with our racing review. Now, the Kwantong Handicap Cup was the feature race of the day, and it was Elusive State who was sent off as favourite, who ultimately got the job done and did it in some style too.
Sat 3 back the fence and then got to this position and really looked strong, didn't he, going to the wire, going in second up. Tony Millard's obviously got him going really well again this season, which is great for Hong Kong, and Tony's keeping his cards close to his chest as to where he might go next. But he had a decent day on Sunday. South Africa won the rugby as well.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, so yeah, he'd be happy. No, it was a good win, a strong win, and he's gone up in the ratings now. He's 104, so I'll be interesting to see what. There's not much on the all-weather for him at this stage, so it'll be interesting to see where they do go. And yeah, there's a few options there for him, and of course overseas, Dubai, Saudi Arabia, both been mentioned.
Yeah, the owner mentioned Saudi Arabia on Sunday. And he is effective on the turf as well. Whether he's a triple figure horse on the turf remains to be seen, but he's dual entered for International Day, the Cup and the Mile.
Yeah, I tend to think he's probably going to struggle on the turf. I think the all-weather's been a solid surface for him so far, so he could probably go in those races, no doubt, but he's going to have to lift.
Should give Buddies a bit of a mention there, finishing second place. He's done a remarkable job as well, getting through the ratings himself. So Elusive State with 8, now he's off 104. Seven Heavens finally got his breakthrough win again, and Bear Slam, a lot of confidence behind him. Your best bet got home as well, Brad.
Yeah, he started short, but Little Fish are sweet, as you would know, Andrew, with Elusive State getting the cash. Made up for your $1.50 chance the week before that got rolled, but nevertheless. Rochford got a win too in the Class 5, and Chater Thunder, a nice performance from him back in form for the Douglas White stable.
Yeah, well, he was probably the best rated horse on the day, Chater Thunder, wasn't he? He'd been really well rated, got dropped right down, obviously because he'd been out of form, but it was good to see him bounce back.
It was a dry day too, which helped him, I think.
Yeah. All right, Joe with 3 winners on the card as well. Those are the big winners on Sunday. We'll see if we can find some more, though, with our horses to follow. All right, I know you love your all-weather racing, Paul, but you're going back to Happy Valley last week.
Outside the square.
Yeah, they're going to go back to Happy Valley. Methane, wherever you are in the world, tomato. But so look, he went really, really well, I thought, on debut. From his track work, I didn't give him much of a chance, to be honest. But he just, and I thought there was plenty more to come. David Ferraris, all his runners ran really well here at Happy Valley, and this is no exception. He sort of moved a couple of places in the straight, and then once he got into the clear, he hit the line. He was like over 20 to 1 a place, that also. I thought it was a really good. Lucky that's not one of the TT legs this week, but no, he won well.
Yeah, that was happy time.
Well, he raced well, I should say.
Yeah, he did. That was happy time winning. What have you were sticking with the weekend action, Brett?
I am. Strathclyde. The Tony Millard yard obviously had a decent enough day with Elusive State winning, which we've highlighted already. But I thought Strathclyde, top weight, wide barrier, it's never an easy combination to run well with. And I thought he worked hard here. He got outside of Happy Star and battled on quite strongly here. You can see he's still there. He's getting overhauled by the horses with the better run in transit and the better turn of foot. But he battled on well. And this is a surface that he likes. I thought this was a fairly solid effort. There weren't that many to follow from the day. There were probably 3 or 4. He was one of them.
All right, let's hope this other horse is one as well, and that is Foodie Princess. Didn't do anything in 2 starts last year. Has been a little bit better, though, this season for Chris So Maybe the summer's just helped him a little bit, strengthened up, closed off quite strongly here over the 1,200 metres. He's by Sepoy. Star Superior is the winner of this race and flashed home down the outside. It was a good effort from him. So this is certainly his best effort so far. Will they stick to the all-weather or not, or get back to the turf? I thought his previous effort on the turf wasn't too bad either, but he's getting there slowly. Zero Hedge running some sort of race
too.
too.
Yeah, he ran well too, didn't he, coming onto that surface. So, yeah, I think there's a few from that race for sure.
Excellent. All right, those are the horses to follow. As far as the suspensions of fines are concerned, well, Dylan Moe from last week on Very Rich Man got a couple of days, 6th and the 10th of November, plus $10,000 as well. Okay. That brings us up to date then, as far as looking back is concerned. We'll start to look forward to Wednesday night's programme. We're back on the 8 courses. Brett was saying this is meeting number 15 of the season, and the 8 races. We had 9 last week, just the 8 though this time round. Class 5 then to start the night. 2,200 metres is the trip. 9 goes to post. Happy Hour, Class 5 for the first time. Savannah back into Class 5 company. Savannah Wind, I should say. Sky Gem and Dragon Warrior, 2 of the possibles who could roll forward. R Green was last behind Association Fans last time out. Romantic Journey finished 2nd in that race, and Young Glory finished 6th in that contest. He's actually worse off the weights with Romantic Journey as well. Happy Hour, Sky Gem and Dragon Warrior, the horses that have be on the road up to Shungfire and back. So a race that's a little devoid of pace, Brett.
It is, but it's 2,200 metres. They're Class 5 gallopers. There's a couple dropping in grade, and we're at Happy Valley. So there's volatility written all over that, I think. How it unfolds is uncertain. There's no real pace influence in the race. Dragon Warrior from time to time has been able to roll forward. He might try and take it up. Sky Gem, somewhat of a guessing game, I would have thought, here over 2,200.
Here's Happy Hour. Everyone loves a Happy Hour. Zach Burton aboard for this particular piece of work. You can see he goes nice and easily here, and he's one of these downgraded horses that steps up to the trip for the first time. Looks like won't be a problem for son of Master Craftsman. Young Glory, I thought he hit the line really strongly at his last start, so 2,200 metres being by Niagara as well looks ideal for this horse. So just the 2 bits to show for the smallest field.
Okay, well, we'll get straight into the replays then, starting off, much as we did with the track work, with Happy Hour. This is him finishing 4th behind Flash Famous, who we'll see later on over the 1,650. This is in a higher grade, though. It
is. So coming into this class for the first time is a tick. Track and distance for the first time, question mark. But the way he closed off here is probably a positive. Zach Burton's been aboard once before for a 3rd. That was some time ago. I would have thought he has to be considered, but most of them do in this. Yeah,
I've definitely got him in. He's by Master Craftsman, a generous man. Generous aside, a lot of jumpers, believe it or not, back in New Zealand and stuff. So the longer the better for that sort of pedigree. So I think it's the 2,200 should be okay. Might be a bit short.
Right. That's all he's getting on Wednesday night. Romantic Journey, Golden Kid, Sky Gem, Dragon Warrior and Young Glory, who closed off quite strongly here, all behind Association Fans last time.
Yeah, you can sort of pull this apart if you want. I thought the run from Golden Kid was good, the run from Romantic Journey was good, Sky Gem fair, Dragon Warrior okay, Young Glory was okay. Young Glory, this season, particularly his last 2, he's actually mentally seemed a bit more switched on. You can see him powering to the line here. Grant Van Niekerk will take over from Alex Lai. He's off a very light weight over a staying distance. If he can't win here, I think his career potentially could be headed elsewhere to the retirement paddock, because he's down to a very low rating now.
Yeah, look, the distance looks good, and he did hit the line nice and strongly there. Good old Association Fans flicking his tail at the end. But no, I thought Sky Gem was a good run as well.
All right, R Green was actually in that race as well. The grey horse finished last. Savannah Wind is the last one we have a look at. A winner over the 18 and 2,200 metres so far.
Yeah, well, this horse has proven. He's been there, done that. Won over the course and distance, barrier 2. Joe Moreira aboard. So lots of ticks here. Daddy Shum Stables in great form. He's already had a run this season. He's dropped 28 pounds since that run. So I think he's been set for this race. So I'm going to side with him.
I've got him in definitely for the reasons Paul mentioned. That trial wasn't overly attractive, but it is Class 5. It's a tough one to assess.
Yeah, just looking at the market there, Paul. R Green, the outsider, but everything else given some sort of chance, really.
Yeah, everything's, it's that type of race, isn't it? But I'm going to go with the Savannah Wind here. I've got him on top. He's been there, done that over the course and distance. Body weight looks spot on, so barrier 2, Joe Moreira. I'll go with him. Young Glory in there for 2nd for the reasons Brett mentioned. I think he's definitely a chance. Happy Hour, as I said, the further the better for him. And Sky Gem, another one by Niagara as well. So the 22 will suit that horse. 2, 9, 1 and 3. I made it simple. I just 2 to win. Move on.
Fair enough. Young Glory's come up favourite, the lowest rated galloper in the race, and he's on a rating of 19. We know David Ferrara's stable's going okay, and so's Grant Van Niekerk. And I think mentally, Young Glory, his last 2 have been much better. Last season, he just didn't want to borrow things at the end of the term. First up, he was a little sceptical. Second up went slightly better, but the last 2 have been much better efforts, finding the line with a bit of purpose. So 2,200, a lightweight against his opposition. Surely this is a chance for him, should he be mentally focused to get it done. I think he can win. 5 Golden Kid, 2 Savannah Win, 1 Happy Hour, 9, 5, 2, 1, but clutching at straws a little bit at 4.8, aren't we?
Well, he's my cue horse, 2 and 9. I got the same Quinella as Paul there, 2 and 9 in the first event of the night. All right, no trophy race as such on Wednesday night, but that's the only Class 5 of the evening. Class 4 next for us, 1,000 metre dash.